You were not born just to pay bills and die. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, it is life without purpose. Today, we are solving a global epidemic, people living busy lives but not effective ones. You can be successful at the wrong thing. And so let's talk about your assignment. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to uncover one of the most important truths you will ever hear in your life. This message is not just a teaching. It's a divine interruption. We're talking about understanding the assignment, God's purpose for your life. You were born with an assignment. You were not created to just exist. You were designed to fulfill a purpose that only you can accomplish. Let me say this again, you are not a mistake. You are a solution. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever picked up something, maybe a tool or a gadget, and you had no idea what it was supposed to do? You looked at it from every angle, tried pressing buttons, twisting knobs, but nothing made sense. Why? Because you didn't understand its purpose. That's exactly how many people are living their lives today. They wake up, go to work, chase success, follow trends, impress people, post pictures. But deep inside, they're still asking, what am I doing here? And that question, that cry from your soul, it's not confusion. It's a signal. It's the evidence that there is a purpose for your life that has not yet been fully discovered. Now here's the foundational truth. Purpose always precedes creation. God never creates anything and then decides what to do with it. That's not how God operates. That's how humans operate. We experiment, we try, we guess, we fail, and then adjust. But God doesn't try. He completes a thing in his mind before he begins it. The Bible says in Isaiah 40:16-10, I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times, what is still to come. God starts with the end, then he backs up and begins. That means, listen to me. You were not created to figure out your purpose. You were created because your purpose already existed in the mind of God. You're born as the solution to a problem God already intended to solve. Before your body existed in your mother's womb, your assignment existed in the heart of God. Before your parents ever planned a baby or even made a mistake, you were already approved, anointed, and assigned. That's why you are not an accident, even if your parents didn't plan for you. God did. Your arrival on this earth is not the result of a biological process alone. It's a divine decision. You were deployed. Let me explain it like this. When a manufacturer builds a product, they never start with the material. They start with a concept. They begin with a problem that needs to be solved. Then they design the solution. And then last, they build the product. Not only that, they include instructions with it. They put a manual in the box. And that manual tells you exactly how the product is supposed to work, under what conditions and for what purpose. That's how God created you. He had a purpose in mind. He saw a gap in history that only your life could fill. Then he gave you gifts, strengths, passions, and even weaknesses that would align with that purpose. And finally, he placed you on earth, not randomly, but strategically. You see, you didn't begin when you were born. That was just when you became visible. Your beginning was in eternity. Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Stop. Think about that. God is speaking to Jeremiah, but he's also speaking to you. He's saying, I didn't just know about you after you were born. I knew you before you were formed. Which means, watch this, your birth is not the beginning of your purpose. It is the release of your purpose. You were hidden in God and then released into time. So many people are looking for purpose in the wrong places. They look for it with money. They look for it in fame. They look for it in what others say they should be doing. But if you don't know the purpose of a thing, you will misuse it. You will abuse it. And the same goes for your life. When you don't know your purpose, you'll drift. You'll chase things that don't matter. You'll say yes to things that waste your time. You'll compete with people you're not even supposed to be running next to. You look at someone else's success and feel like you're failing when in reality, you were never meant to run their race. Because when you don't know why you were created, you become vulnerable to imitation. You become addicted to validation. You settle for business instead of effectiveness. But the truth is, God had a plan for you before you had a name. He assigned your gifts, your personality, your wiring, your geography, your generation. All of it is part of the design. You were created to solve a specific problem in a specific place, in a specific time. God never creates anything without a purpose. He never manufactures anything without an assignment. That means your existence is proof that your purpose is still needed on earth. You are not just a body with a heartbeat. You are a purpose with skin on it. And until you understand that, you will keep living by accident when you were meant to live by assignment. Let me tell you something that might shock you. Purpose is not something you can Google. You won't find it by scrolling through social media or copying what's trending in the culture. You won't find it by chasing applause, likes, or even by earning degrees. Purpose isn't out there somewhere. It's found in one place and one place only. To understand your assignment in life, you have to return to your source. Every product in creation is most effective when it is connected to its manufacturer. Your phone functions at its best when it's connected to its source of power. A car operates properly when it's maintained according to the manufacturer's standards. When you disconnect something from its original source, it begins to malfunction. Not because it's broken, but because it's been separated from its instructions. And the same is true for your life. You were created by God for God. That means your identity, your purpose, your assignment, they all originate in Him. You can't figure out your life by consulting other people who are also trying to figure out theirs. The creation cannot tell you your purpose. The Creator can. Colossians 1:16 says, all things were created through Him and for Him. That includes you. You were made through God's intentional design and for his divine purpose. So if you want to understand your life, you must go back to the one who gave it. See, the problem is we live in a generation that wants purpose without relationship. We want destiny without discipline. We want the rewards of a calling without the reverence for the caller. But God doesn't give out assignments like a school principal handing out classroom jobs. He reveals your assignment as you walk with him. That's why religion will never be enough. Religion gives you rituals. Kingdom gives you relationships. And purpose flows out of a relationship with the king. If you don't stay connected to the one who made you, you'll end up misusing your life. You'll start doing things you were never built to do. You'll settle for what looks good instead of what's God. You'll chase success but miss significance. It's like trying to use a microwave to bake a cake. It has buttons. It has heat. It might even give you results. But if it wasn't designed for that task, you'll end up with something that looks done but is actually raw on the inside. That's what happens when people try to operate on assignments that don't belong to them. They look successful, but they're empty. They're seen by people, but unknown by God. Because your true assignment will never be revealed in isolation. It's revealed in intimacy. When you spend time with the one who formed you, you begin to hear whispers of destiny that can't be found in the noise of the world. God is not hiding your purpose. He's waiting for you to seek him. Proverbs 25:2 says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings." That means your purpose isn't found on the surface. It's hidden, not from you, but for you. But you have to go after it. You have to prioritize presence over performance. You have to trade striving for seeking. There are people right now trying to build platforms, chasing influence, crafting brands, all while their soul is disconnected from their source. And they wonder why their success feels so heavy, why their wins still leave them empty. It's because they're building outside of the blueprint. And anything built outside of God's plan eventually collapses. When you reconnect with God, everything changes. Suddenly you stop asking, what do I want to do with my life? And you start asking, God, what did you design me to do? That shift is everything. Because purpose is not your idea. It's God's original intention for your existence. You weren't put on earth to create your calling. You were put here to discover it. And discovery begins in the presence of the one who made you. It's not just about reading the Bible more. It's not about joining 10 ministries and wearing a cross around your neck. It's about surrender. It's about saying, Lord, I don't want to waste my life doing things that don't matter to you. Show me why I'm here. You are a product. God is the manufacturer. And your purpose is found in his mind, not your emotions, not your preferences, not even your passions. All of those things are valid, but they don't define your assignment. When you begin to seek him, really seek him, not just with your mouth, but with your time, with your desires, with your will. He begins to unlock doors inside of you that you didn't even know were there. Passions start aligning. Gifts begin to make sense. Situations from your past that confused you suddenly reveal their role in preparing you. You start to see that nothing was wasted. God was shaping you the entire time for something that's bigger than you. Because your assignment is not about you. It never was. It's about who you were sent to impact. It's about the generation you were born to influence. And only God knows that fully. Only your source can show you where your life fits in the divine puzzle of eternity. Let me ask you a question that most people never stop to think about. What if the very thing that makes you different, the thing you were born with, is actually the key to your purpose? What if your gift, the talents, the skills that flow naturally through you are not just random traits, but divine clues pointing you straight to your assignment? So many people spend their whole lives trying to be like someone else. They look around, see what others are doing, and think maybe if I do that, I'll find my place. But here's the truth. Your gift is your fingerprint. It is uniquely yours, designed by God to open doors and solve problems that no one else can solve quite like you can. Proverbs 18:16 tells us, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. That means your gift is not just a nice talent to have. It's the entrance to your destiny. It creates opportunities. It opens doors. It positions you in places where your assignment can be fulfilled. The question is, are you paying attention to the gifts you've been given, or are you trying to fit into someone else's mold? Many people struggle with self-doubt because they don't realize their gift is a divine blueprint. They see someone else's success and feel like they've been left out. But God didn't make you copy somebody else. He made you to be you. Your gift is your God-given signature. When you try to suppress it or copy others, you suppress your own destiny. Think about it this way. A key only opens the lock it was made for. It doesn't work on every door. Your gift is that key, but the door it opens is your assignment. If you're trying to open a door that's not yours, you'll get stuck, frustrated, and discouraged. But if you find the door that fits your key, the door swings wide open and your purpose becomes clear. It's also important to realize that your gift is more than just natural ability. It's a combination of your passion, your skill, and God's empowerment in your life. When you use your gift in alignment with God's purpose, you operate in what I call the kingdom advantage. That's when you're not just good, you're effective. You're not just working, you're fulfilling. Many times, people get caught up in what they think they should do or what they see others doing instead of what God designed them to do. That's why discovering your gift is critical. It's like a map. Without it, you're wandering without direction. But when you discover your gift, you gain clarity on where you need to go and the confidence to walk boldly into your calling. But how do you discover your gift? First, you need to look inward and be honest with yourself about what comes naturally to you. What activities make you lose track of time? What tasks feel effortless when others struggle? What problems do people often come to you to solve? These are clues. Second, you need to test your gift in the real world. Sometimes your gift is hidden until you use it. You may have to step out, try different things, and even fail. But failure is not a sign you don't have a gift. It's a sign you're learning how to use it. Third, you must be willing to develop your gift. God gives the gift, but it's up to you to sharpen it. No key works well if it's rusty or bent. You have to invest time, energy, and discipline into perfecting what God has placed inside of you. And finally, your gift is not meant for selfish ambition. Your gift is meant to serve others. It's the way God designed you to meet the needs of the world around you. When you use your gift to bless others, doors open, favor is released, and your purpose begins to unfold naturally. Too often, people underestimate their gifts because they compare themselves to others. But comparison kills purpose. Your gift was given to you to do a specific job. No one else can do it like you. When you begin to embrace your gift and let it lead you to your assignment, you'll find fulfillment like you never thought possible. Remember, success without purpose is failure. But success aligned with your gift and God's plan is unstoppable. It's when you become the person you were created to be, doing the work you were created to do, that your life begins to multiply in impact and influence. So don't waste another day trying to fit into someone else's shoes. Your gift is your door, your key to destiny. Open it, walk through, and step into the assignment God designed just for you. Have you ever stopped to think about why you were born in this exact generation? Not just the year, but the very time, the culture, the place where you are right now. Why this moment? Why this season? The answer is deeply connected to your assignment. Time is not accidental. It is evidence that your purpose is needed here and now. Listen carefully. Your life is not meant to stretch on forever. Time is a limited resource, a precious commodity that once spent cannot be recovered. The Bible tells us in Psalm 90:12, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. You see, God gave you time to complete your assignment, not to waste it chasing things that don't matter. Every generation faces its own unique challenges, its own opportunities. And God places individuals like you in a specific era because your assignment fits perfectly into the puzzle of that time. You were born now because what you carry, what you are called to do is required now. Too many people live as if they have forever. They procrastinate on purpose. They think, I'll find my calling tomorrow, or I'm still young. I have plenty of time. But time does not wait. The clock is ticking for you and for me. Your window of opportunity is open right now, but it will not stay open forever. Ephesians 5:16 commands us to redeem the time because the days are evil. That means you must seize every moment. Redeeming time means making the most of the opportunities before you and refusing to let distractions steal your destiny. Every minute wasted is a minute that could have been used to advance your assignment. Imagine this, your assignment is like a seed planted in fertile soil, but seeds take time to grow. The growing season is limited. If you do not nurture that seed during the right time, the harvest will be lost. You cannot control how long you live, but you can control how you use the time you have. One of the greatest enemies to purpose is delay. Delay leads to doubt. Delay leads to fear. Delay leads to distraction. But God's design is that you act now, that you move forward in faith and obedience today. Waiting for the perfect time is a lie that steals your destiny. History is filled with stories of men and women who stepped into their purpose because they understood that time waits for no one. They realized their assignment was urgent. Moses could have delayed when God called him at the burning bush, but he chose to respond. Esther could have remained silent, but she seized her moment. You have a moment too, this moment. You might feel inadequate or unprepared, but the truth is God often calls people as they are, not as they wish they were. Your assignment will grow as you move in obedience. Time is a catalyst. The longer you wait, the more opportunity is lost, not just for you, but for those who need what only you can give. Your lifespan on this earth is a timer set by God. It's not to intimidate you, but to motivate you. To remind you that your assignment is urgent and important. You were born with a mission and your mission has a deadline. This is why it is so dangerous to live disconnected from your purpose. When you don't know why you were born or what you're supposed to do, time feels like a burden instead of a gift. You become overwhelmed by life's demands, distracted by things that don't fulfill you, and your days slip by like sand through your fingers. But when you understand that your assignment is tied to this moment in history, everything changes. Time becomes an ally, a tool for progress, a platform for fulfillment. You begin to see your life not as a series of random events, but as a divine appointment set by God. And this urgency is not just about you. It's about the impact you have on the world around you. Your assignment affects families, communities, nations, and even generations to come. When you step into your purpose now, you change the course of history. You don't have to wait until you feel ready or until circumstances are perfect. The perfect time is now. God is already working through your life, preparing you, equipping you, placing people and resources around you to support your assignment. All that is left is for you to walk through the door of opportunity. Remember, time reveals truth. It shows what is real and what is not. It shows what you are committed to. What you do with your time shows what you value most. If you are serious about your purpose, you will make time your friend and your priority. God's clock is ticking and your assignment is tied to that clock. If you waste time, you waste your assignment. But if you redeem the time, if you invest every moment wisely, you will see the fruit of your purpose manifest in ways you never imagined. Your assignment is not just a plan, it's a timeline. It's a divine appointment that requires your presence, your passion, and your persistence right here, right now. Time is evidence that your purpose is alive, active, and urgent. The question is, will you use it wisely or let it slip away? So now you see it clearly. Your life was never an accident. Your existence is the fulfillment of a divine plan crafted before time began. Your purpose precedes your presence. You were created on purpose for a purpose and placed in this world at this exact moment because your assignment is essential to God's unfolding kingdom. Understanding that purpose comes only when you reconnect with your source, the Creator Himself. When you walk in relationship with Him, your gift becomes alive and your path becomes clear. Your unique abilities are not random. They are the keys to unlock your assignment designed to impact the world only you can reach. But perhaps most importantly, time is your greatest resource and your greatest responsibility. You were born in this generation to accomplish what no one else can. The clock is ticking and your assignment is urgent. Waiting will cost you and those who need your influence. So I challenge you today, stop drifting. Stop trying to fit someone else's mold. Discover your purpose, nurture your gift, and step boldly into the assignment God has given you. Redeem every moment because your purpose, your destiny, and your legacy depend on it. God did not create you for a random existence. He created you to make a difference. It's time to live that truth. It's time to fulfill your divine assignment.